With the last round of Swiss before we get to Top Cut. Here at Columbus, Ohio, the Ohio State University December Midseason Showdown number 1. We've got another one tomorrow, and we've got a PC after each one. But for now, we've got Tyler Miller versus Westley Long. Wesley's going 3-0, and Tyler is going 2-1 right now. So, if Tyler wins, I think he'll be in cut. So, we're dealing with Kyogre on both sides. Funny, like I said during round 1, it's been raining all day. But it's going to be Xerneas versus Dialga. And I don't know how Tyler deals with Trick Room. He probably uses that Amoonguss, most likely, in order to get Spore off. And Wesley has no Tapu Fini. He doesn't have Tapu Koko. He doesn't have like a way that I don't. There's no like immediate way that pops out to me that he can stop sleep, other than by waking up, I guess. So I don't know if he necessarily wants to go with that Trick Room mode. But if that's the case, then what kind of speed control is he going to be relying on in order to win this game? He also has I think that basically means he has to focus down on the Amoonguss really hard. So Incineroar and Tapu Lele are probably going to have to come out for Wesley. And we're just going to hop into game 1 and see how this goes. Wesley right now is 3-0. Tyler is 2-1. Yeah. And it's going to be Crobat Kyogre. I think Tyler wants to go on the gas pedal right now because he can taunt the Dialga, but then if that's the case, then he's it's okay, broke Pokemon. We all have those days. It's fine. So Drizzle is active. So Psychic Terrain activated first, then Drizzle, then Pressure. So if that Tapu Lele isn't holding a Choice Scarf, it's going to be Crobat, Tapu Lele, Kyogre, then Dialga moving. But we don't know if that Tapu Lele is holding a Choice Scarf or not, because that Crobat doesn't activate its ability upon entry. So I don't think it's going to be a Scarf Tapu Lele. I don't think it's going to be a Scarf Kyogre. So Crobat can go for a taunt here onto Dialga, but it risks getting taken out by the Tapu Lele. So Dialga is going to wisely protect against that, and hopefully, and is probably banking on Tapu Lele to just take care of it so he can get Trick Room up. And Psyshock coming out into Kyogre. Okay, that's interesting. Now Crobat's risking a potential taunt. No. Wesley's potentially risking a taunt from the Crobat onto his Dialga now. He could swap it out just to save it for later and get Trick Room up when he's absolutely certain that Tyler can do absolutely nothing about it. So the issue here is that Tapu Lele is a big issue to Tyler's potential Amoonguss in the back. So Wesley does have to be mindful of that. And Crobat's just going to get the taunt off onto Dialga. And Tapu Lele going for a Psyshock onto the Kyogre yet again. And it does over 50%. That's about 60% of its damage. Tapu Lele is going to go down though, so Dialga's going to go for a Thunder, and now Kyogre's gone. So both players are going to be able to reposition after this. Wesley, if he wants to keep the ball in his court, make sure that Trick Room can get up safely, he's going to have to get the Dialga out at some point or stall out the taunt turns. So he's going double restricted now. Kartana's coming out on the field. You would expect the Kyogre to protect, So I think Tyler can go for a Super Fang plus Sacred Sword into the Dialga, especially because now that it's taunted, it's not going to be able to protect now. Oh, are you guys talking about stream stuff in the... So, now that the Dialga isn't able to protect, Crobat can pretty safely go for a Super Fang plus Sacred Sword. And if that Kartana is holding a Focus Sash or an Assault Vest, it should be able to take an attack from the Kyogre. Kyogre's swapping out, though, into Incineroar. I don't know if I agree with that, because it's still going to be because Dialga, in theory, still takes a lot from Super Fang plus Sacred Sword double up, and it's not able to get Trick Room going either. So, alright, Tailwind's going up. Leaf Blade into what was the Kyogre slot, now the Incineroar. Dialga just going for another Thunder. And Crobat, it's not going down just yet. No paralysis either, like... Okay, so... Crobat can't get faked out because it's probably going to have Inner Focus. And then Kartana can't get faked out because it's under Psychic Terrain. So... Crobat could go for the play that I was talking about last turn, which is Super Fang plus Sacred Sword double up into one of these slots. But I would imagine you'd want to do it into the Dialga, just because you want that potential Trick Room going away right now, just because Taunt is winding pretty close to the end here. But he's just gonna Brave Bird. He might not have Super Fang if that's the point. If that's the case, then. And Sacred Sword going to come out, doing a little over a third to Dialga, and Flash Cannon into Kartana. Is this a Flare Blitz doubling up into that? It is. Very wise play by Westley here. And that's Kartana going down. So, I'd imagine Tyler likely has the Xerneas in the back, and Dialga's taunt wears off, so this is precarious now. Oh no, it's just Incineroar in the back. I don't see how Tyler can get the ball rolling now with just Incineroar against a Kyogre that's still waiting in the back for him. So all Westley has to do now is just focus down the Crobat and then just wait until Kyogre can come back in. And I think Westley is just going to be taking game 1 here. I'm surprised Tyler didn't bring Amoonguss. It could have proven really useful for him, especially now that he knows that the kind of coverage that Dialga has, like, it has Thunder, and that's super dangerous, obviously, so Amoonguss can come in the next game, probably, in order to redirect basically anything from Wesley's team, bar the Kartana and the Amoonguss. So I think if Wesley's expecting that in the next game, then he's got to put a higher premium on keeping Tapu Lele alive. And Incineroar's just going to go for a Flare Blitz. Can't do much else at this point. Although I am somewhat surprised that Tyler didn't just go for a knockoff. It might be an indication that he doesn't have it. Or he's keeping Wesley guessing as to whether he has it or not. And there's a knockoff from Wesley's, and knocks out the Figgy Berry. Rain stops, but Kyogre from Wesley's side can just reset that later when he gets it back in. I think as of right now, Tyler just wants to play the information game and just try seeing what kind of items Wesley has at this point, which I would personally do as well. Maybe just stall for a little more time. Wesley's just going to go for the Protect. Doesn't want to reveal his item from a potential knockoff if it does come out. And it's just another Flare Blitz coming out. Incineroar going for a U-turn. Kyogre should be able to come in pretty safely, and that should be game. So Tyler's going to have to reposition for game 2. I think the Incineroar from Tyler has good merit, just for the fake out potential. but Tyler wasn't able to get it in to do that, and things snowballed very quickly out of Tyler's favor, just because Psychic Terrain's been up basically the whole battle. So, and he's just gonna withdraw Kyogre for now. I guess Westley is playing the information game. Just doesn't want to reveal whether it's Origin Pulse, doesn't want to reveal Water Spout, doesn't want to reveal Scald or anything on that Kyogre. Just getting the rain up. No burns. And there's the Thunder. Dialga doesn't really have to go for much else if he just wants to preserve the info on the moves. And Tyler's just going to forfeit now. So we will be moving on to Game 2 pretty shortly here. Yeah, so I don't think Tyler was able to really get the ball rolling there because, what did he bring? He brought Crobat, Kartana, Kyogre, and Incineroar. And the tailwind from Tyler's side came a little late, I feel. But Tyler really couldn't do much else because if he didn't taunt there, then he risked the Dialga getting Trick Room up. So Tyler's got to adapt that game plan a little better this time around. Having a Mungus would be able to punish Trick Room because Westley doesn't have, like I said earlier, Westley doesn't have a way of like stopping the Spore from coming out onto anything except his own Amoonguss and Kartana. So I think Tyler's going to be making that adjustment. I think he's trying to figure out where to fit that into his whole game plan, though. I honestly don't think Kyogre comes here. I think what Tyler should be using is Amoonguss, Kartana, Incineroar, Xerneas, because that Kyogre, it gets neutral damage onto Lele, it gets super effective damage onto Incineroar, but now that he knows that the Dialga has Thunder, it's really not going to do well in that matchup. And we're just going to hop in and see what kind of adjustments Tyler makes here. Alright. Dialga on top of Lele, so the same leads as last time. And Amoonguss Kyogre coming out. So I was right on the Amoonguss, but the Kyogre, I still don't... I can't say I like it. Psychic Seed. Coming out here. And Kyogre's going to activate the Drizzle. And there's Dialga's Pressure. And oh, I was considering that the Tapu Lele might have been Scarf last game. My bad. I didn't see the Psychic Seed activation. Okay, so Tapu Lele and Dialga might just want to double up the Amoonguss. And Tyler's just going to Rage Powder just in case they didn't. And Lele is just going to go for the taunt now. Pretty nice play to shut it down. Water Spout coming out here. With the Psychic Seed boost, Lele should be able to live this. Barely, but it does live it. And Thunder coming out into the Amoonguss. So, not where you wanted that to go, but we take those for now. Lele should be able to smack it with a Psyshock. Unless that Amoonguss has a Pyapa Berry. I think in round 1 it did reveal the Pyapa Berry, but I could be wrong. Kyogre's just going to swap back out. Doesn't want to have to eat a Thunder for free. And Incineroar's coming in here. Does he swap out the Amoonguss as well? Or does he just want it to get rid of the Tapu Lele for now? Yeah, so there's the Papaya Berry. Is it Payapa Berry? Payapa Berry, I think. Yeah, Payapa Berry. So then Thunder coming out here. And Amoonguss survives. Does get paralyzed though. Oh, and the full para. That's unfortunate. I think Dialga can go for a pretty safe Thunder once again into the Amoonguss to take it out because it did around 30 damage last time, I think. Another one should be able to KO and it covers the potential Kyogre coming back in. Or Crobat if that's what Tyler brought. And Incineroar? I don't know, I think Incineroar survives this turn. Probably uses U-turn into the Tapu Lele. So Lele is just going to protect here, pretty safe. Incineroar is just going to Snarl, so that I think that's a pretty good indication that the Incineroar doesn't have... I think that's a pretty good indication that the Incineroar doesn't have the... doesn't have knockoff. And Amoonguss is just going to Grass Knot here into Dialga. It's not doing a ton, but Amoonguss does survive the turn. And we know that the Incineroar moves faster than the Dialga. And I remember it was round 1, we pretty much assumed that Tyler's Incineroar was faster than Jeremy's Incineroar. But now that this Incineroar is pretty much confirmed faster than the Dialga, that could be even worse for Tyler under Trick Room. So that's going to go down. Just another Snarl coming out. Probably not going to take out either. No. And just another Thunder coming out. So... and another Paralysis. My goodness. Kartana coming in. Let's hope that doesn't get killed. Kartana should just be able to go for a safe Sacred Sword into the Dialga slot. Now that Thunder isn't doing much anymore, I don't think Westley has a reason to keep Dialga in, so yeah, he withdraws it into what? Into Incineroar, which is still gonna take an okay amount from Sacred Sword. But I don't think it's gonna be a 2-shot kill. So yeah, that's looking like about a 3-shot. And Moonblast coming out, but at -1, that's not doing a ton. Lowers a special attack. And Lele's gonna go down here. So Tyler just repositioning however he can. I honestly think Tyler is going to do better with a slower Incineroar, so just for a slower U-turn, and it'll mean that Dialga isn't able to use Trick Room even more. But has that Dialga used anything this set other than Thunder? No. That could also be an indication that it's Choice Specs, potentially. Dialga coming back in. Kyogre is out of rain, so you know, it's going to be blind Thunders if that is what Westley goes for. But Kartana can now smack the Dialga with a Sacred Sword. That might be able to KO, but at -1 I'm not too sure. And Incineroar is just going to go for a Fake Out into the Kartana slot. Yeah, he's afraid of that. Kyogre just going for a Water Spout. Out of rain, this is going to still take out Incineroar. But Dialga now, what's that going to do? Oh, it has a berry. Why has he only been using Thunder this? Okay. And Trick Room's coming out, finally. Wesley really had me guessing there. But now that Dialga should be able to outspeed both of these Pokemon, and yeah, now his own Kyogre's coming in. Wesley's Kyogre, I would imagine, is faster under Trick Room than Tyler's. So, Water Spout spam against the Kartana should be able to take it out, unless it's Assault Vest. In which case, I think you double up the Kartana with potentially a Water Spout plus Thunder. But at the same time, Tyler could just get Incineroar back in. No, wait, this is really not a safe place for Incineroar if it doesn't come in for free. Because it's going to go down to a Water Spout if that, yeah. Incineroar's coming in here. I don't know if I like this play. Because if Wesley doubles up the Kartana with Thunder and spread damage Water Spout. Oh, it's gonna be a Thunder into Incineroar. Okay, Water Spout coming out here. I think Tyler's hoping that. Oh man, Tyler's throwing his head back. He knows this game is over. I think Tyler was really banking on potentially surviving and either taking a Pokemon with Kartana before it went down. And Kyogre's coming back in. Assuming Wesley underspeeds under Trick Room, this is pretty much over. And Kyogre's just gonna protect here, see what... Tyler's grabbing at straws now. Can't really do anything at this point. And he's just gonna forfeit right now. And Wesley taking a 2-0 over Tyler Miller. That is our round 4. Wesley moving on to 4-0 and definitely moving into cut. And when will we be back? After hack checks? Okay. And are we going to post the standings of who gets into cut, or... Okay, standings will be up on Twitter. Okay, am I still on the air?